You are tuned in to your dose of positivity. I am Marlene Motivates, and shout out to all the channel members. If you're interested in joining channel membership, the link is pinned. I am Marlene Motivates, and as I always say, just know it, just breathe it, and be it, and live your best life.
Be encouraged, be inspired, be yourself, you will survive. Just know it, just breathe it, and be it, and live your best life.
Hey everybody, it's Marlene of Marlene Motivates, your channel for motivation, inspiration, positivity, and mindset shifting, where I believe that it's through our thoughts, it's through sharing our story, it's through supporting one another that we can get through this thing called life. So if you're new to this channel, hit that subscribe button and share this video out to anyone that you believe needs some motivation and inspiration. So welcome to those who are in the chat live and those who are in the replay. So thank you guys so much. I appreciate each and every one of you. Let me go to the chat and welcome everybody in. Let's see. Yes, let me put this up first. Please like, share. And Miss Lynn is in the house. How are you doing, Miss Lynn? Welcome. I also see Shelly Shells. How are you doing? Welcome to you. Oh, you had the flu? I didn't know you had the flu. I hope you're feeling better. I'm doing awesome. I'm doing awesome, awesome, awesome. Thank you, Lynn. I was told that it's my color, so I'm listening to my mentors and my friends, and I'm gonna make this my channel color. I'm repurposing my channel, and I think I'm going to make my once I do that photo shoot, I'm going to do my photo shoot with lots of red things. So yeah, I appreciate the compliment. Thank you. So everybody, welcome to today's show. Today we're going to be talking about, of course, motivation, but we're going to be talking about getting over it and whatever that is for you. For some, we may need to get over relationships that hurt us, whether romantic, whether friendship, whether workplace. But there's always something in our life that we have to get over. And also, I will say that sometimes it means getting over our own thoughts, our own preconceived notions, maybe some things that you were told as a child or in, your young adulthood, maybe in your adulthood now, maybe feeling unloved, undeserving, just feeling worthless, incapable. Or maybe it's not directly said to you, but by the actions, by the way that you get treated, being taken advantage of, things that we allow that maybe we shouldn't. Today's motivation is about us learning to find our voice, learning to speak up. And it's very important to ask for the things that you want. And if somebody can't give that to you, having the courage to walk away from people who don't deserve us. Yeah, we have to learn to get over it, keeping things inside, holding things inside, and also learning to get over holding on to people who really don't care about us, people who don't care about you. See, when we talk about our worth, it's more than just saying I'm worthy. It's more than saying I am capable. It's believing it. And it's acting on it. How are you acting on your self-worth? How are you acting on how much you love yourself? What are you doing to prove it to yourself? Yes, everybody, prove your love for yourself every day by your actions, by the way you talk to yourself. See, our thoughts become our actions. So if you're maybe not thinking the right way that we should, maybe because of life has got us down, beat us up, or situations, maybe you're still battling with some hurtful things that may have happened to you recently, maybe your health, maybe a friendship ending, maybe, moving away, maybe feeling lonely, maybe it's this weather, the blues it gives you, the cold weather, or maybe just feeling lonely. There's a lot of things that we have to learn to get over so that we can live in the present, so we can live in joy, so we can live in peace of mind. And we're going to be talking about that today. Let's see. Thank you so much, Shelley. I appreciate it. I'm listening. I listen to everyone and their thoughts. I appreciate it. Hey, Realist One, how are you doing? Mod on deck in the building. How are you doing today, Realist One? Thank you so much for being here. If you guys have not already, please hit the like. I really appreciate it. So everybody, we're going to be talking about getting over it. Let me start this conversation by saying we all go through something. Maybe you're going through something right now currently, but holding on to things, okay, that's one thing, holding on to things, or holding on to people that hurt us, or people who are bad for us, it is not good for us. It's bad for us. And it's going to cause us to stay stuck. It's going to cause us to be unhappy. It's going to cause us to feel miserable. And it's going to affect our health. We all go through something, but holding on to painful things, the actions of other people, holding on to it, being miserable, or holding on to people, staying in relationships with people, or keeping relationships with people who don't treat us right. It's not good for us. It's not good for you. Know that you deserve way better, and you definitely don't have to settle. You don't have to settle. That's one thing that we definitely have to speak up for, motivators. You got to speak up for yourself. I deserve to be treated respectfully. I deserve to be treated kindly. I deserve to be loved. And if people cannot give that because they're in a negative space, you got to release them and let them go. You don't deserve to hold on to people who don't know how to be respectful of you. They don't know how to be considerate of you, either maybe because they don't want to, or maybe because they don't know how to. But we all go through something in our life, and we have to give ourselves that permission to let that go, or to let certain people go, so that we don't feel bad about ourselves. See, all of us deserve to feel good about ourselves, don't we? Every single person has a value. Every single person has an importance, but it's about tapping into it, right? You got to learn to tap into your potential, tap into your worth. But sometimes, because of the deep wounds, traumatic events, traumatic events, really horrible things happen to people, and I'm not here to judge anybody, because it's not just that things happen to us, but also we as human beings, we make mistakes, we do wrong, we hurt others too. So it can be some very miserable, some very dark things that maybe we have done, or things that has happened to us. But the thing about life is, life moves on whether we are happy, and life moves on whether we are miserable. But it's our choice to how we want our life to be. And that's the question that I have to ask to all of you motivators. How do you choose to look at your life? How are you in real time on today? Are you in a good, happy, healthy space? How is your mental health? How do you view yourself? See, all of that is so important to everything in life. It's important to what we accomplish in our life. It's important to how we have our other relationships, because let me tell you something. If you are not in a good space, if you are not in a space to where you are loving yourself, if you're not in a space to where you're being kind and considerate to yourself, you cannot give it to somebody else. So we're going to talk about that today, how we can get over certain things in our life, getting over certain painful issues in our past, and also learning to get over certain people. Okay. So let's get right into it. Let's see. Shelly says, yes, ma'am, 100%. Thank you so much for the like. I really appreciate it, everybody. I really do. So let's start with point number one. Point number one, first, you have to believe it's time to move on. There is nobody that can tell you when it's your time to move on from certain relationships. And it could be moving on from work space, the job, the people that are around that are toxic, or they are keeping you stuck, not having you live up to what you can do and you can be. That could be one thing. You got to move on because you deserve better employment. Or it could be moving on from certain friendships because those friends don't value you. They don't respect you. They're not supportive of you. They're not understanding of you. So you have to understand when it's your time to move on. And it's not you being conceited, thinking that you're better than other people. No, some relationships you just outgrow. And it's nothing against anybody, but some people you just move on from them because they're staying in this position, and maybe because of awareness. Maybe you are learning yourself and you've made some changes and you just are not that way that you used to be. So some people, you got to move on from them. And also some relationships, namely romantic relationships, you have to move on from certain people, especially when you don't see personal growth within the relationship. Okay. You want certain things out of the relationship, and they're just happy with it staying the same. They're happy with not making changes within themselves. They're happy with not making changes within your relationship. And you realize that. Once we realize that somebody is not going to change, somebody is not treating us the right way, somebody is not going to improve our life, or on in the workspace, you're just being used as a doormat, and you know that you can get better and do better, then here it goes, everybody. Here is your permission to get over something, to get over it, to get over another individual. We have to realize that it is time for us to move on. And how do we do that? You got to work on your mind and remember, I am somebody. I am important. I am special. I believe in me. And if somebody else doesn't value me, if somebody doesn't take the time to give me what I need and deserve, you have to let them go, because holding on to somebody or something is not going to help us. It's going to do more harm. And we don't want to harm ourselves. I don't think there's anybody that wants to stay in a space to be miserable. We all want to be in a space in our life where we feel good about ourselves. And to do that, we have to say, I give you the permission to move on. Yeah, that's vital, everybody. And we are the only ones that have to know when it is time to go. Yes, that is so true. You can outgrow people. You certainly can. You certainly can, Miss Lynn. You can outgrow people all the time. And it's, and the hard part about it is you want to move on from people, but when you don't know what's the next step, like you really don't want to let go of people and not have people. You know what I'm trying to say? You don't want to let go of people because you don't know what's going to happen next. But that's where faith comes in. We got to have enough faith that when I release this and I let go, I know that when I let go of the negative, I know that a positive is going to come in my life. You can't keep holding on to pain, to hurt, to people who harm you or people who keep you stuck, because you'll never get the things that you want and you deserve. Okay. But we're the ones that have to value ourselves enough to say, I deserve better. Hey, Only Zone Alarm, how are you doing? Welcome. Thank you so much for being here. Yes, everybody, you have to give yourself that permission that, yes, it is time for me to move on. They are not helpful to me. They are not strengthening me. They're not encouraging me. They're not giving me what I need. So I got to let you go. All right. But the only way that we can do that is we first have to give ourselves that permission to heal. You got to give yourself that permission and tell yourself, have that conversation with yourself. This person is doing X, Y, and Z to me. Maybe you've warned them. You've said, I need you to do this for me. And they don't care, they don't want to do it, or they don't know how to do it. But we can't keep staying in a position to wait for people to mature and grow up. You can't wait for people to keep stepping on you and treating you like trash when you deserve to be treated like a prince or a princess. Okay. Give yourself that permission to heal. But we first have to believe that we deserve it. You deserve to be in a good space. You deserve to be happy. You don't deserve to be treated like garbage. Okay. You don't, because you're not garbage. You're somebody. Okay. But we got to say that out loud and say, I give you the permission to heal. I give you that permission so that you can get over and get past that. The only way we can get over and get past traumas, past hurt, past people who treated us in an inferior way, we have to have a strong enough awareness mentally. It's very important to tap into our mental health. And we're going to talk about that a little bit later. But we definitely have to say to ourselves and have that serious conversation, I give you permission to heal. And because I know myself, because I love myself, and because I know that I deserve better, I'm going to give myself the permission to let go of this individual or to let go of this painful situation. Now, there are some things that we have to do in that process to heal. We have to, number one, stop being around those individuals that bring about negativity, that continuously hurt us, that take advantage of us, that don't value us. When we value ourselves, we have to show it by our actions. Show it by your actions, everybody, that you love yourself. Love for yourself is more than just saying it, it's in the doing, it's in the being. Now, what are you doing to show that you deserve to be in a healthy and happy space? It's not letting people waste your time. And another important thing is to not always make yourself available. Sometimes just turn off your phone. I'm not available. Don't call me. Nope, I can't do it for you. Learning to say no. Learning to say no is so important to your healing process. When you let people know, not me, don't always call me. No, I'm not available. And that's very important, especially in the workplace. Don't always make yourself available. No, I'm not available today. No, I can't fill in. No, I can't do overtime. Same thing with your children. No, I'm not available. No, no, no. You have to let other people make their decisions and also have another person that is their backup. You burn yourself out. You burn yourself out in all aspects. You burn yourself out physically. You burn yourself out mentally. You burn yourself out even financially by always being there. Are you the person to always shelling out the money? Oh yeah, you need help? Call this person, call them. And you're always the one with the open hand. But who is opening their hand to you? Who is listening to you? Who's picking up the phone and calling you up and saying, are you okay? See, we have to learn to stop being the only person in relationships that are the ones to say, hey, how are you doing? Are you okay? Do you need something? How's your mental health? Are you okay? Do you need something to eat? It's wonderful to be a kind person, but also we have to realize that don't be taken advantage of. Don't be taken advantage of. And it happens very easily by us always being available, us always saying yes, 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 yes to everything. And to heal, you have to have a new conversation with yourself. I'm not going to always make myself available. I'm not always going to say yes. I'm not going to let you treat me any sort of way. And we're going to get into those sort of way in a little bit in the next point. Okay. Now, to get over it, we can't just stay home, just stay home and live that life. Go out and enjoy life, whatever that is for you, whatever hobby you enjoy. Staying at home, it kind of puts a damper on our life. You just feel sad, and then you start thinking about all the things that happened to you. Oh, I'm this and I'm alone and this person hurt me. See, don't stay stuck in that. Open up your windows, let the light in, go out and enjoy some life, have some fun, do something even by yourself. I can say for myself, my issue was I always wanted to go out with other people. I always wanted to have fun with other people. But what if those people never want to do anything? Are you going to sit and wait all the time for whoever? You're sitting and waiting for a significant other. You're sitting and waiting for friends. You're sitting and waiting for relatives to be there and be supportive of you, but they're not. And when you realize that, it's time for you to live your life. Get out and enjoy life. Go out and have fun. Go do something that you want to do. But it's important for you to understand it's your life, and it's all about us making those choices. Yes, Lynn. I have a thing on my phone. I don't know who has an iPhone, but you can put your phone on Do Not Disturb. When you are having your personal moments and your own time, you're not available. And it doesn't matter who it is. Make sure every day you're giving yourself your own time. This is very important to your healing. Don't let everybody think, oh yeah, call them. Yeah, they'll always say yes. Make sure you're giving yourself at least 30 minutes every day to say, it's my time. It's my time. It's me time. And I'm enjoying my time. Even if you're just sitting there reading a book, even if you're just sitting in your quiet time or whatever it is that you want to do, but make sure you're taking your time for you. It's important for your mental health and it's important for your spirit. Okay. So get out and enjoy life. This is how we get over things. We can't think about the past. We have to make our present real. What are you doing to enjoy the moments that you have right now? So get back into self-love to get over whatever it is, to get over pain from the wounds of traumas and everything. You have to learn to have your own life. And a lot of times in romantic relationships with your children, with your relatives, it's like their life becomes yours and you really don't have anything that you're doing. Get back to your balance, get back to you, okay? And getting back into self-love means having your own life. What do you like to do? Getting into your hobbies, getting into your hopes and dreams, using your talents, even something as simple as smiling again. I can say when I was in a really bad space in my life, in a bad relationship, I didn't even remember the last time I smiled because I had got so used to being unhappy. I had got so used to being sad. I got so used to just feeling bad about myself, not being supported, not being cared about, not being checked on, that I just was in that zone. I just got used to being sad. And that's not in a good space to be. So I say to all of you, we are the ones that have to be in control of our life. And if you are in a space where you're sad, you're unhappy, you got to ask yourself the questions. Why? Why do I feel sad? Why do I not feel in a very good space today? What is making me unhappy? And then get into changing it. We are the ones that have to make the choice to change our life. Get back into loving you. Or I can say, some people it's not even getting back to it. Some people it's brand new. Some people is starting to love yourself. So whatever, start or get back into self-love. And self-love has everything to do with your overall wellness, your well-being. How do you talk to yourself? That's a part of your self-love. What are the words that you speak over your life? You speak over yourself. What we say is what we do. What we think is who we become. So if you don't have those conversations and tell yourself, you're amazing, you can do great things, you're loved, you are important, you are somebody, I respect myself, I deserve happiness, I can do great things, change is coming for me. And then going about the actions that I say this about myself, but what am I doing to prove it to myself? See, we will go overboard. We will bend over backwards for everybody else besides ourselves. We will put in so much time making sure everybody has everything that they need. But when is the last time you asked yourself, what do you need? I say it to myself too. Marlene, what do you need so that you can be okay? We do have to ask ourselves that question. And this is how we get over from hurt, from pain, from being used, from toxic relationships. We got to get back to ourselves, get back balanced. See, sometimes we are not balanced with other people. We let other people, we do too much for other people and we stop doing things for ourselves. So get back to loving yourself, everybody. And this is another one that is essential to getting over past pain and trauma, is protecting your mental health. Now, we all know how important mental health is. It's very important. And we don't realize how important our mental health is until something happens to us and we're not thinking properly, or we start feeling very, very sad, very in our feelings, just really gloomy, just not feeling in a good space with ourselves mentally. And it could be maybe sometimes because we stop doing self-care. It could be we stop doing good things for ourselves. It's because maybe you're not saying no, or maybe it's because you've pushed back some things that maybe has happened to you and you didn't want to deal with it. You didn't want to talk about it. So in protecting our mental health is allowing ourselves to be present in that moment and say, this is how I feel. And it's valid. How I feel is valid. What I went through is valid. What I went through happened. A lot of times we don't acknowledge the things that hurt us because we don't want to feel that pain. We don't want to feel that hurt, but pushing it aside, ignoring our pain, ignoring our problems, ignoring maybe if we have some health issues is not going to solve it. Actually, it makes it worse. So to get over how we feel about past situations, past pain, people who didn't treat us the way that we deserve, we have to acknowledge that how other people act has nothing to do with me. And we have to ask ourselves too, what did I allow? Did I allow people to disrespect me? Did I speak up for myself? Did I leave when I needed to? Did I walk away? And then if I didn't, say, it's okay. I forgive you. In protecting our mental health, we have to give ourselves the permission to forgive ourselves, to let go and say, at that period of time, I didn't know myself enough. I wasn't strong enough. I wasn't courageous enough to speak up for myself. But today, I know how to protect my mental health. I know me. I love me. I know when I'm tired. I know when I don't like something. I know when someone is using me. I know when someone is playing games with my head and my heart. So in protecting our mental health, we tell ourselves it's okay. Everything is going to be okay because I know myself now. I know how to love myself, and I know this part. And this is the last point, everybody. In getting over things, we definitely have to set boundaries. Setting boundaries with others is important, not only for them, but it's important for ourselves. In getting over whatever we have been through, maybe during those times we didn't know about boundaries. We didn't think it was important. And even if other people do not respect our boundaries, you made them. And you know that when you are not respecting my boundaries, I know I'm not going to talk to you anymore. No, I'm not going to do it. It's good for them. And it's also good for us because we are standing up for ourselves. A lot of times we get into situations because we never spoke up for ourselves. We didn't say, no, I don't like that, and then follow through. I told you I don't like that, and you're not doing that. So it's going to be a block. It's going to be, don't call me anymore. It's going to be, you said you were going to show up on time and you didn't show up until 45 minutes later. I feel that to be very disrespectful. So until you learn how to respect my time, do not call me. See, we show we respect ourselves by setting boundaries with other people. And also it shows that we respect and love ourselves. So we can't get over things in our life until we have enough courage to say, this is what I want, this is what I need, and this is what you will do, and this is what you won't do. And when we do that for ourselves, that's how we prove it to ourselves. Other people may not like it. Other people may not respect us, but we got to respect ourselves. It's so important to all you motivators to know how to respect yourself. Other people will not respect you if you don't set boundaries, if you don't put it out there in the atmosphere and say, this is what I want, this is what I need, this is what I deserve. And whether either you're going to give this to me or you're going to leave me alone. And if you don't leave me alone, I'm going to block you, or I'm going to stay away from you, or I'm not going to talk to you. And another thing about setting boundaries too is learning to mind your own business. This is how we get over things. In today's microwave society, we always feel that we have to do everything for everybody. Like, people feel entitled that they need to know our personal business, and they don't. Nobody has the right to know your personal business. Hey, How are you doing? Welcome. Happy Wednesday to everybody. Thank you guys so much for being here. I hope you're well. I hope all is well with everybody. I think it's so important for us to know that, in minding our own business is stop telling people everything about us. Walking in your own lane, knowing your own worth, and that means just walking in silence, just zip it. You don't have to tell people everything. Just because people ask you your business doesn't mean they have the right to know. It doesn't mean you should tell them. People can't know what you don't tell them. They can ask you all day long, your relative, your friends. If you are working on something, keep it to yourself until it comes to fruition, until it has worked itself out. We don't want to say this is what I'm doing and then it doesn't pan out, it doesn't work out, and then we look silly. Keep things to yourself until you work out the plan. Work on the plan until the plan works for you. So when maybe things don't work out, you didn't tell anybody. There's no, oh, I thought you were doing that. And then you have to say, well, it didn't work out. No, don't do that, everybody. Learn to keep your mouth closed. Learn to keep things to yourself. Learn to have your own personal and private business. And also learn to keep other people's business private. I hear all the time on social media, people tell their personal and private business about what's going on in their family, what goes on in their romantic relationship, and that is not good. It's a very important boundary to keep your romantic business private. When you have a disagreement, you don't have to go and blast it on social media. Oh, this is what's happening in my relationship. That's not good. It's not showing respect for yourself. It's not showing respect for the person that you're with. And ladies and gentlemen, stop telling your friends what's going on in your romantic relationship when they do something that you don't like. And then later on, you guys get back together. And then what happens? Those friends, your relatives, do not respect that person. So only talk to your family and your friends about good things in your relationships, but don't talk about your personal, your private, the other person's flaws. Remember, every single person is a human being. Every person is a human being, and every single person does wrong. So we can't act like we don't do anything wrong in relationships. We're human. We do wrong. We hurt people, but it's important to allow other people that same kindness, that same loving kindness, that same mercy, that same compassion. Know yourself and love yourself. And I just wanted to come on today and to talk about how important it is to get over it, get over the pain of the past. I hear all the time when I'm doing my counseling services and I talk to people and they want to get over things, but they want permission from other people to go to their next level in their life. And you can't get to the next level in your life until you personally believe in yourself enough to say, it's time to let go. It's time to move on. It's time to heal. And we are the only ones that can say that. We're the only ones that can do that. We're the only ones that can say, I give you the permission to heal. I give myself the permission to heal. I give myself the permission to let go. And let me say this, it's not an easy thing. It's not an easy thing to forgive other people that hurt us. It's not. It's one of the hardest things ever in this life to forgive people who hurt us. But knowing that your life is going to be so much better, to know that you're going to sleep better, your stress is going to go down, your health will improve, and also you're going to get better relationships. When we hold on to a toxic relationship, when we hold on to a toxic person, when we hold on to past, We can't do anything about the past. We can't do anything about the people who hurt us. We can't do anything about people who are immature and they say things out of their mouth that is hurtful. All we can do is control what is reasonable and attainable for us. We can't make people do right. We can't make people treat us right. All we can do is do our best. All we can do is love ourselves. All we can do is be our own friend. All we can do is protect ourselves. So, to all of you motivators, protect your own self, protect your light, protect your energy, and give yourself the permission to heal and to let go. And it's going to take time. It's not something that happens overnight that you're going to say, oh, yeah, I want to get over what happened to me 30 years ago. It doesn't mean that you'll never remember it, but it means that you're not going to hold on to it so much so that you can't do anything in your life, that you can't ever find another relationship. You can't find another friendship. You can't get another job. You can't do things that you want to do. See, when you are holding on to toxic people in your life, or when you're holding on to painful situations that happen to you, you can't live your best life. You can't have peace. You're going to feel so stressed out. But we are the ones that have to say to ourselves, I got to let that go. I have to let them go so that I can feel good about me, so that I can respect me, so that I can start smiling again. And I can say that I didn't begin to smile again until I told myself that it was time to stop being sad. We do have to have those conversations. I'm very sad right now, and the sadness can come also from losing somebody that we love, someone that has passed away. And while we can't get them back to be in the present with us, we can allow our mind to only think about the positive things and not think, oh, they're not here, they're not here, they're not here. But when they were here, what impact did they have on your life? What did they help you to become? Those are the things that we think about that is going to help us to get over that pain and to live in a present. Is how do we allow our mind to be focused? What do you allow your mind to focus on? What did they bring into my life? How did they help me? What did they aid? Or maybe if it was a very painful thing, how much they hurt you. Now you can say to yourself, they did this to me, and I know now that's not what I want. That's not what I need. See, it's all about what we go through is how your perspective is, how you choose to look at your life. We can always look at the negative part of our life, right? We can always say, this happened to me. We can always focus on the negative, on the pain, on the hurt, on the abandonment, on the loneliness, or we can choose to look at, what did we learn? How did we grow? Who am I today? What did I receive? What did that teach me? What lesson? See, it's about perspective. And when we choose to elevate our thoughts, when we choose to elevate ourself, yes, I was hurt. Yes, I've been through some things. Yes, I've had traumas. Yes, I've been sad. Yes, I've been hurt. Yes, all of those things. And I think every single person who is in the sound of my voice has been through some traumas. Every single person has been through some pain. Every single person has been through something difficult. But it's how we choose to look at that situation and let our mind, do you let your mind stay in the pain, or do you allow your mind to say, what did I learn from that? How did I grow from that? And think about, okay, right now I'm so much more courageous. Now I know about self-love. Now I know how to take care of my overall wellness. Now I know to focus on my mental health and not ignore things. It's all about how we grow from things, how we mature. And this life can do two things to us. It can keep us stuck, or it can help us to grow and get courageous. When we go through situations in our life, it's our choice We have to make that personal choice to heal. We have to make the choice to move on. We have to make the choice to say, I'm going to let go because I can't do anything about it. There are certain things that happen to us in our life and we have no control. You can do nothing about it. And we have to say, I'm so sorry. I've had to tell myself that. I'm so sorry that this person hurt you. I'm so sorry that this person disappointed you. I'm so sorry that this happened, but it's time for us to let go. It's time for us to smile again. It's time for us to be happy. It's time for us to seek healthy relationships. It's time for us to look for a better romantic relationship. It's time for us to look for whatever it is that we need in our life and not to just complain, not to just be miserable, not to just be sad, but we are the ones that have to make that choice. So to all you motivators, make a choice. Make a choice to live. Make a choice to thrive. Make a choice to let go. Make a choice to forgive yourself. And when I say forgive yourself, it's not in a negative way, but forgive yourself for the things that maybe you didn't know. Maybe the things that maybe you should have spoke up for yourself. You got to give yourself that permission to forgive yourself for what you didn't know at the time and to say, it's okay. I didn't know better, but now I know better and I'm going to do better. This is how we grow. This is how we elevate and get to the next level in our life. And we don't continue to make the same mistakes, because if we never talk about what did I allow? What did I do? You know, being accountable for our own actions. What did I do right? And what did I do wrong? And that's how we grow. That's how we grow. That's how we grow. And most people don't want to talk about what they allowed. What did they do wrong? What was my mess up? How did I mess up? Okay. But you gotta be real with yourself. You can be fake. You can put up a wall, right? You can put up a wall with everybody, but you can't fool yourself. You may be able to fool other people, but you can't fool yourself. You deserve to be honest with yourself and say, yeah, I messed up. Yeah, that wasn't the best decision. Yeah, I didn't do this, but now I know better. Now I'm going to do better. Now I'm going to be accountable. And say you're sorry and mean it. Don't say you're sorry to things that you actually are not sorry for. When you're sorry for things, it will show by your actions. I'm sorry, and I will never do that again. I've learned the lesson. I know myself. I know how to appreciate other people. I know how to show gratitude. Maybe at that time, you didn't know how to be grateful for your relationship. Maybe you didn't know how to be a good friend. Maybe you didn't know how to be a good father, a good mother, aunt, sister, friend, workmate. But on today, we know our potential. We know our worth. We know how to say, yeah, I messed up. Own it. Own your mess. Own it and say, okay, this is what I did, and I'm not doing that again. Because when I do that, I hurt people. And a lot of people don't get to this elevation in their life because they're selfish. They only think about themselves. But we know better, motivators. We're not just all for ourselves. We care about other people. When you do something and you hurt somebody's feelings, be genuinely sorry. Don't try to do things to hurt other people. And if you know that the relationship is not working, let people go so that they can have what they need. Don't stay in relationships that you're not growing. Don't stay in relationships with people who aren't supportive of you and aren't kind to you and treat you the way that you personally deserve. See, to get over things, you got to know your potential. You have to know your worth. You have to know what you deserve. So get over it, everybody, and move on with your life. It's very important to move on, not because it's easy, but because you know that better is coming. there I have more potential, and also I will have somebody who appreciates me. I will have somebody who will know how to do something kind for me, whereas before we were very toxic, we were very unhealthy, we were only the person to give. But now we know how to sit back and say, yeah, I know how to ask for things. I know how to ask for things, and I know how to receive it, and to say thank you, and to not feel bad because you are in need. Every single person needs support. Every single person needs friendship. Every single person needs to be considered and to be respected. And if you don't have that from people in your life, if your relatives, if your friends, quote unquote friends, don't appreciate you, if your friends don't quote unquote love you, or your romantic relationship, they would just always say that they're going to do something, say they support you, say they love you, but they are never proving it to you. Know your worth. Don't let people just talk a good talk, but they don't walk it. It has to be more than that. And, each of us deserves better. You deserve better than to settle. And I feel so sad to see people who don't know their worth. They don't know their worth enough to say, I don't have to take it. I don't have to stay in this relationship. I don't have to stay in this friendship. I don't have to be around you with your negativity. I don't have to be around you and you're always saying you're going to do, but you never do. Hold people accountable. And if they don't want to do what they said that they're going to do, release them and let them go. Okay? Release them and let them go, because you know your worth. You know what you deserve. Okay? And it's up to them. You can't make people grow up. You can't make people love you. That took me such a long time. You can't buy people's love. You can't buy people's time. Okay? Either people want to be with you or they don't. Either people love you or they don't. And the person who loves you will prove it. They will make the time. They will spend time with you. They will make those phone calls. They will do what they need to do because they care for you in real time, not just by words, but they will show it by their deeds. They will show it by their actions. They will show it by their time. Don't let people play games with your head. Okay? We're too grown for that. We are too grown to let people play games with us. Don't let people play games with you. Don't let people manipulate you in all aspects, in friendships, in romantic relationships, in the workplace. Speak up for yourself. Know what you want and know what you deserve. It's time, motivators. It's time for us to get over things, but we're the ones that have to make that decision. We're the ones that have to make that choice to say, I'm going to let go. I'm going to move on because I know my worth. So, like I always say over here, know your worth. Know what you deserve. Know that you are somebody because you are. Okay. That's all from here, everybody. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Thank you guys so much for tuning into this live. If you have not hit the like on the way in, hit the like on the way out. Shout out to all my channel members. Shout out to all my moderators and to all my new subscribers. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate each and every one of you. And yeah, everybody, don't let people play games with your head and your heart. Know your worth. Know you are somebody, but it shows in your actions. I hope that you give yourself the permission to heal today and get over it so that you can live in real time with a smile on your face, using your gifts, using your talents, receiving your blessings, because you deserve each and every one of them. I'm Marlene, and I'm the content creator for Marlene Motivates. And on this channel, I talk about inspiration, motivation, and positivity, also mindset shifting. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. If you have not hit the like on the way in, hit the like on the way out. And I will see you guys tomorrow on the next dose of positivity. Bye-bye, everybody.
Be inspired. Be yourself. You will survive. Just know it. Just breathe it and be it. And live your best life.
Forgive me, I love me. I've been blessed that I have made it through. I'm stronger and worthy. I am enough now. What about you? Forgive me, I love me. I've been blessed that I have made it through. I'm stronger and worthy. I am enough now. What about you? Ooh, yeah.